and welcome to That's Girl Seeks. Today is Tuesday, November 26th, and this is episode 258. I'm Amy Beth, also known as the Fat Squirrel on Ravelry and the Fat SQRRL on Instagram. How are you? This week's episode will contain some shameless self-promotion, some knitting, and at the end, kind of like a... well, whatever. We'll figure that out when we get there. This episode does not have a ton of knitting. Despite my best efforts, very little knitting. I do have grand plans of knitting. I've thought a lot about knitting. I just haven't done a ton of knitting. I took, let's see, how many projects did I take to the hospital? 3. I just had a hysterectomy last week, if you're new to the show. I don't typically have major surgeries. This is the first one, so this is not like a recurring theme in the show. Anyway, so I took 3 projects. Now, some of you are laughing. Some of you are not. It's just, everybody's different, right? I took 3 projects. I think I knit 3 rows. That's about what I got done. Oops. I should have knit more during pre-surgery, and then I could have gotten some stuff done. Anyway, so I had all of these, I was going to do this, and this is going to have so much time to do this because I'm recovering. And yeah, I've, just hasn't happened. So there's not a ton of knitting this week. Surprise, surprise. There is some shameless self-promotion, which I'll do right now to get it out of the way. December 1st, there will be a... sewn to order update in the shop. So at 9 a.m. I will put up, 9 a.m. Eastern, I will put up listings. Oh, that's right. For cats and house coats. There will be both large wedge and sweater sizes. So this is a limited sewn to order update. Just because I want to be able to get everything out to you I want to get it into the post office by December 16th. So it's a limited number. Thank you, everybody who is interested in a bag. Send a big psychic thank you to my mother because she is doing a lot of the sewing on these as I recuperate and regenerate, as we say in our scientific worlds. That's the sci-fi worlds, not scientific, sci-fi. I need a total Borg regeneration pod. I need it. That'd be so handy. But anyway, so those are happening. Hooray, hooray. So yes, it's limited numbers just so I can get them done. I don't have hard plans for any more updates this year. But hopefully the beginning of the new year we'll do lots of more fun stuff. I'm just saying. So that's going to be happening. And then... okay, so let's talk about the knitting I have done. And then if you want to check out, you have permission to do so. FYI, I have your permission to check out at any point. But just saying. So actual knitting I have accomplished. I did work some more on my just vanilla-ish self-striping socks. This is Aren't You Gourd to be a Knitter from Knit Spin Farm. And if I were a woman of limitless wealth and resources, I would have hoarded a gajillion skeins of this. But of course, there are not a gajillion skeins to hoard because Joanna Knit Spin Farm is quite a reasonable human being. But oh my gosh, it's so cute. Do you love this stupid colorway so much? I would love it even if it weren't gourds, but then it's gourds. And I especially love it. Can your Patronus be a gourd? Can we have multiple Patroni? Because I feel like there is a gourd Patronus in me somewhere. I know that's not an exciting Patronus, but... meow. Isn't it cute? So this is her Corriedale nylon sock base, and I love it so much. I have decided that while I really love the Tarhi, I can't decide. Don't make me decide. I love the Corriedale so much. I love to wear the Corriedale so much. And I do enjoy knitting it as well. But I think I enjoy wearing it even more than I enjoy the Targhee. Is that possible? How bending over is so hurtful. I don't know, is it? So enjoyable. But like, I don't know what the West Yorkshire Spinners yarn is made out of, but it has a similar like Corriedale-ish feel to it. And boy, I've enjoyed those socks. I knit just one pair of their socks, the Christmas socks. Not the ones from last year, but the ones before. And I've really enjoyed those so much so far this year. So enjoyable. I may have, yeah, I definitely got some more of that. As you can see, I'm such a speedy sock knitter. I definitely need, shush, just shush. This year's Christmas colorway is bird themed. I'm just saying. They got me. And then the next thing I'm knitting is the June hat. And let me look up who the designer of that is. Now, I have, okay, full confession. That's what the whole podcast is anyway. I don't need Downcast. I need Acrobat. They're both the same color, and it's confusing to my riddled mind. Oh my gosh, FYIs, my fellow Mushroomio enthusiasts. There's a Fungus Among Us has been released and purchased by moi. If you're interested in a colorwork DK hat, check it out. There's mushrooms. Isn't it so cute? Dying of cuteness. And now I apologize, the designer's name is not jumping out at me. Here we go. Mary Annarella. Isn't it so cute? I don't know what I'm going to knit mine with. Oh, I was prepared for fingering. I was not prepared for DK. Not that she said it was fingering, just in my stash I had fingering that I could have used, but now it's DK. So should I knit doubles? Should I hold it together? Should I hold it? I probably should hold it together. Should I hold two strands together to knit this with? I definitely want to. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, so many decisions. Hey, Brownberry came out with her new socks this week. Well, maybe not this week, but recently. Rest and Relaxation R&R socks. They're so cute. But I'm in here to do this. I'm in here to tell you that the June hat is designed by Megan Kelly, and it looks like this. It is a free hat. And it originally was knit with Kelburn Woolen's Germantown. I don't know why I feel like I need to tell you that. So I'm knitting mine with Brooklyn Tweed, and I have decided, see, I've knit so few little bits left, but I've decided that I actually love it too much. And because of that, I need to make it a cowl. Like a shorter, like a stovepipey cowl. So I am going to rip mine back because it just needs to be a little bit bigger for me to be a cowl and be comfortable. But I do want it to be a snug one. So I'm going to go ahead and get another skein of the light purple and the dark purple because I just love it too much for it to be a hat. So I'm going to go ahead and... So that's getting to be transformed soon. It looks so pretty. I can't stand it. So that's going to be transforming. And then, okay, so then I also knit, okay, so something that we've kind of talked about before. I knit another one of the mushrooms from the Foraged pattern. And this is a pattern. Hunter Hammersen. Sorry, I was like, Hammerstein is not right. Hunter Hammersen. And so this is it's like, right, all the super cute mushroomies. So cute. So last week I knit this one. He's a baby. And this week I knit this one. Now, I did not block this guy, and she does suggest blocking them before you stuff them in the pattern, but whatever. I was just in the mood to finish. And I actually kind of like that he's a little bit warbly. Isn't he the cutest? So the top is Brooklyn Tweed, and then the bottom is some fingering weight from Leading Men Fiber Arts. Isn't it so cute? Now this one, what I did is, okay, so then I also knit her pattern Needled. So again, this one is also by Hunter Hammersen. So this is her Needled, her little tree. And so part of this construction is that okay, let's just appreciate how cute he is. I kind of made him warbly because I didn't want him to be perfect. So he would be perfectly straight up if I wanted him to be, but I kind of didn't want him to be perfectly straight up. So these are just all Brooklyn Tweed scraps that I have lying about. Isn't it just the case? So part of this construction is that you cut out discs from like a flexible plastic. So she suggests like side of a milk carton, like milk jug, the plastic ones, or I used a cottage cheese container. I will tell you, if you're using the size of like a smaller diameter thing, like a cottage cheese container, they will kind of curl, but I kind of like it. It just gives it a little bit more whopper-jawed character, which is, again, the nature of the trees in the forest. But so I used a little disc to put in the bottom of my little mushroom. That's not part of the pattern, but I just kind of want him to have a slightly more distinct bottom, because he doesn't love a distinct bottom. So I used that in the bottom here, and I just did it right before I started on the stem. Yes, right before I started on the stem. I put the little container in. Isn't he cute? So I have a little mushroom and a little tree. I did not make the tree in order. She gives you directions for putting a trunk on your tree if you want one. She also gives you directions on how to weight the mushrooms and make the bases a little bit bigger if you want them to sit by themselves, sit up. But the tree does very well just by itself. He doesn't need to be weighted or anything because that cottage cheese thing and the wide base just makes him just sit so nicely, and then you can throw him across the room. But I made him to put in like my little winter colt candle tray thing. Maybe to live with my gnome husband. Anyway, so aren't they cute? So cute. I could die. So that's actually all the knitting I have. I've done a little bit of spinning on a Hello Yarn patchwork kit. I was like, quilt, patchwork kit. So I have that going. And then also, so then this will be Knitting Dreams. Hi. Are you so excited? Are you doing fun advent calendars for yourself? I actually need to do Tova's today. Cause like, she's off school tomorrow and then it's Thanksgiving. And then, I mean, I definitely could do it Friday and Saturday evening after she goes to bed. Or quite frankly, during the day, because she never comes downstairs. She's in the time of seclusion, of teendom, pre-teendom. But anyway, so I'm doing hers. This year, though, I totally got a Knit Spin Farm Batfin calendar. I'm so excited. So it came in, actually it did not come in the mail. It came hand delivered with delicious goodies. That I got special because I was sick. So inside, if you haven't, I'm not going to show you anything that you don't. But look, there's little packages for every day. And there's also going to be fun activities because there's things drawn on the box that I get to cut out. Who knows what's going to happen, but I'm pretty excited about it. So ideally, I would love to get that patchwork kit done before December 1st. I don't know if I'll make it. Although I plan to do some spinning on Friday. I plan to do it. I'm feeling well enough that I can sit up now. I mean, I've been able to sit up. I've been able to sit up, but I sit in a kitchen chair to spin, and so that's not as quite as comfy. Also, the dogs want to be on me all the time since they don't feel so good. So on weekends, other people will be here to entertain them. But so anyway, I'm so excited. And then also, I'm super excited because, okay, I will confess, I have never knit stranded socks. And not only have I never knit stranded socks, I've been quite a like, why on earth would I knit stranded socks person? But now I want to knit 2 pairs of stranded socks. And one of them is an Advent pair. So, let's see. What is her actual human name? So, Remembrance's Pottery, who's the part of her name I can remember, is also Natalie Sheldon, and she has released this Advent sock pattern, which is totally free, by the way. What? Do you want to knit Advent socks together? I kind of really want to do them. Okay, I don't kind of really want. I definitely want to do them. Excuse me. They're so cute. And she has them in like a bluer based colorway on her site as well. No! Gus! I knew it was going to happen. Drop it! Give it to me, you bad baby. He's eating the tree. Remember how I dropped the tree a minute ago? He's eating it. Give it to me, Gus. Gus. Drop it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, remove it from your teeth. Okay, just a little bit of spit. It's fine. Thank you, Gus. Anyway, so do you totally want to knit socks with me? I think we should do it. And I'm actually totally charmed by her colorway choices. I don't have colors in my stash I don't have yarns in my stash that are those colors. So I did get a few other, like, oh my gosh, he was totally, oh my gosh, no, Gus. He acted like he was limping for a minute. Like, me taking the Christmas tree away from him had broken his little tiny dog soul. And then he wanted to eat Joanna's fiber. Oh my goodness. How do I even keep on top of these things, people? Okay, so I also then ordered a few mini skeins. I have lots of, I have so much beautiful yarn. But I was so enamored by the like cute, fun fairy colors of these socks that I did order some mini skeins. I was trying to, because I never heard of her company before. And she does offer like a la carte mini skeins. And her, my goodness, where is her shop name? Because she's in Indiana, which I thought was very exciting. Happy Days Fiber Arts. So she offers like just a la carte little mini skeins, and she was having a sale, which was also super helpful and awesome. So I got a few supplemental skeins. She's in Chesterton, Indiana. I got a few supplemental skeins to add in to my Advent socks, which I'm so excited about. So hopefully I don't hate knitting. But then also, okay, but before she released the Advent socks, stop being so talented, people. I could really take a break from your awesomeness. God. So I told you that Hey Brownberry released her sock pattern, and it is so cute. 2 colors. I'm so invested. I need to make these 2. I'm trying to get the best picture to show you. But look at how cute these stupid things are. So that's, of course, March from Hey Brownberry released those. Then also, the universe is telling me to get my sock mojo going, is what it really is. Then, okay, so Remembrance's Pottery, whose real human name is Natalie Sheldon, also released these tree farm socks. Actually, I'm not sure when she released them. Okay, but look at them. Now this one is a pay-pour pattern. So if you get an Advent calendar pair of socks and you're like so excited about getting those, then you can buy this pattern and it would help her like break even for offering a free pattern. Are they so cute or could die? Suddenly I'm like, yes, Colorwork socks, clearly. What the heck, people? Right? I'm so excited. Is this what they're going to be? I don't know. Maybe. So cute. So I finished, I didn't tell you that. I finished my Trelawney shawl, which is a pattern by Tyne Swedish, but I haven't blocked it and woven an ends yet. So I'm kind of cheating by showing it to you right now, but whatever. I'm a cheater. So here it is. Yay. Isn't it lovely? So the purple is Madeline Tosh, and then the contrasting color, the variegated, is another Crafty Girl in her Oh Shiny socks. It's a silk base, and this is the All Knowing colorway, which is the All Knowing Trash Heap from Ragnarok. So anyway, I want to get those ends woven in and get that blocked and show it to you next time. Okay, so then that's all of the yarn and knitting. So then, big thank yous. Thank you so much to everybody who sent out positive energy, who sent out good well wishes. Thank you to people who actually sent human things in the human world. Oh my gosh. I received cards and lovely fiber and a literal box of yarn from Janet. Janet, I'm probably making I'm sure there's like a very clear connection between your human world self and your yarn world self that I'm just not making, so I apologize. I didn't send you a thank you card because there was no address. I mean, there was an address, but it was like a shipping company. So, thank you so much. I'm not sending anybody else thank yous either because I'm horrible. No, I'm not horrible. But I'm working on that for next week. But anyway, thank you so much. It's really been appreciated. Thank you to Ko-Fi and Patreon and PayPal folks who support the podcast. I just want to let you know specifically that I will not hit my 3rd episodes this month. I'm going to try to make those up next. I'm going to try to make that up next month and get some bonus episodes out for you in December. But surgery did not go quite as well. As you can see, I'm doing really well. I'm healthy. I've got good color. I am recovering. I feel pretty darn good. But we got some potentially bad news. And I'm not going to talk any more about it right now because we don't really know what's going on yet. But it's taken up some headspace. So I want to send big thank yous out for being patient through that process. And thank you to the rest of you as well for continuing to support the podcast and enjoy it. As I said, potentially bad news, but we don't know yet. So I am focusing on healing myself from the surgery. And then we will get firmed up information, hopefully fairly soon, with how to go forward. And I will give you that information when we get there. But just right now, it's kind of a weird place to navigate. I'm typically a total, clean, I'm not really good at understanding boundaries. So I tend to just be like, oh yeah, this is exactly what's going on. But then there's this weird space of I don't know, it's just a little bit strange. I'm not sure how to navigate this interaction with y'all. But I do want to say that I thank you very much for your well wishes and are very much appreciated. And I will totally let you know more of what's going on when I know more of what's going on. But until then, Gus weighs less than 25 pounds. He sure does. And his frog is even less than that. So there's a Gus. He's a good Gus. He's terrible. He needs a haircut. Look at him. They're driving Annie crazy. Just doing his normal Gus stuff. But I'll talk to you next time. Bye.